Governor Akinwunmi Ambode of Lagos State, Senator Ibikun Lamosan of Ogun State and the wife of the Vice President, Dolapo Osinbajo, on Tuesday, January 30th, led friends, family members and colleagues to pay their last respects to the late Special Advisor to Ambode on Commerce, Industry and Cooperatives, Deji Tinubu. At a funeral service at the City of David parish of the Redeemed Christian Church of God on Victoria Island, the late Tinubu was eulogized for his sterling qualities. Deji slumped while playing in a novelty football match with some members of the State Executive Council at the Jubilee Chalets in upon January 25. In a tribute published in the funeral service brochure and signed by the Secretary to the state government, Tunji Bello, the state government described Tinubu as a professional, who devoted time to the service of humanity. He was an engineer, but he was also an engineer of sports. He was both a sportsman and sports lover. But he is unforgettable as a sports administrator. Those who followed him knew him as a symbol of service to humanity, the tribute read in part. Speaking at the service, Amosan described the late Tinubu as a man who had a passion for football and sports in general. He commiserated with Ambode and the state, stressing that Tinubu's call to glory was an act of God. God's ways are not our ways. When it happens like this, we have to thank him. We have to be thankful to God for his life in the 54 years he spent with us, Amosan said. The wife of the vice president urged the family of Tinubu to take comfort in God, praying that God would sustain them. In his sermon, the pastor in charge of the parish, Aide said Tinubu was a pillar, who contributed to the building of the church. He said, "I have known Deji Tinubu for 22 years. He was a giver and a lover of football. To the family, I want you to take solace in the fact that everyone will die or be raptured. Today, we celebrate Deji because we know he's in a better place." Iluo urged the congregation to see Tinubu's death as a reminder of the futility of life and the need to submit their lives to God. Other dignitaries present at the service were the president of Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, a former governor of Anambra State, Dr. Peter Obi, Senator Olarunim Maimaro, Dilmomadu, Senator Tokunbo Afikulumi and members of the Lagos State Executive Council. In a previous report, Governor Akinwunmi Ambode of Lagos State cancelled an ongoing 3-day retreat of members of the State Executive Council and permanent secretaries at the Jubilee Chalets, following the sudden death of Special Advisor on Commerce, Industry and Cooperatives to the governor, Deji Tinubu. Nigerian Tribune reports that Deji, who was recently moved from being Special Advisor on Sports and Chairman of the State's Sports Commission to take up his new portfolio, had slumped while playing five-a-side match on Thursday evening, January 25, with fellow participants.